Hello, Valentina.
Hey.
So we're going to talk about the digital romance today. And the first question I have is how can technology help us with the modern day relationships, long distance relationships, meaning?
Thank you, Paul, for having me in this amazing podcast. I'm really excited to share some tips and what I've experienced in my past in long distance relationships. For that question, I feel like there's so much like during these days of having us technology, right? Back in the day, we had what do we like? Parents had letters, like that's all we had.
Letters, high schools.
Exactly. So I feel like having like FaceTime, text messages, literally like ChatGPT, and like I feel like now, like even with those Apple Vision Pro, you can really like have that person. Have you experienced the Apple Vision Pro?
Not yet, but
I recommend it because like it's crazy how a person like on other end of the world can film themselves and you can literally see them like a teleport. So I feel like we have so much.
that's actually a very beneficial thing to say because one of the biggest troubles in a, let's say, distance relationship, it used to be trying to express your emotions through something
Yeah.
romantic you're trying to say. You can't sound very romantic while you just write
Exactly.
anything without emojis and stuff like that.
Exactly. Like for example, like my boyfriend, he doesn't use emojis. Like he usually like says like sounds like kind of mean, but it's not, right? If he said it in person, it's like, oh, it's so cute. But like through text message, you're like, what do you mean by that, right? So I feel like really like seeing the emotion of the person, how they feel when you say this stuff, right? So
I think a lot of people do not understand how important body language is and
yeah.
expressing your emotions, your communication is. So I'm just going to share that 93% of communication derives from body language and only 7% is from the words.
That's like a fact that
That's a fact. That's a
Wow.
statistical fact. And it took me a long time to believe that myself, but apparently that's true. Documentaries have that information.
you know, even when you feel it, right? You have to be with that person in order to like feel any emotion, connection, the vibration, right? Because through text, I hate text messages. Like I really do hate it. Like if I was like back in a day, like doing letters, I could not do long distance, honestly.
What would you say you prefer over text messages?
Like I prefer like if it's text messages, like at least send a voice message or like at least add an emoji so I know how you're saying that word. Or like FaceTime. I love FaceTime, or even a phone call could work. Yeah.
Yeah, phone calls right now feel so ancient.
Yeah.
I still remember when we were kids, we used to do phone calls. Today, doing phone calls, it's like, who died?
Yeah. Why are you calling me? Like, what is it about? Oh, can you get milk? This and
I think these are very important things that we just mentioned to our audience because, again, body language is vital. And this is actually, I have to say to the guys, because it's the guys who do not express enough body language. Girls, they do it by
Oh my
default.
God. Can we talk about that? Guys, literally, it's okay for you to show emotions. It is okay because sometimes as girls, we're very emotional. We're these kind of creatures that kind of like, oh, I love you, this and that, like boo boo boo, like, especially in our European culture, like we're very, we like to be kind but sometimes like guys, they get so closed off because they're like, oh, I'm a man, like I gotta be, show toughness. No, like if it's your love of your life, like really like take your time, show them how you feel, right? Like show them, hey, like, this is how I feel to you. And it's like same with text messages, same with in person. I feel like that's an issue with guys, honestly.
I think I know exactly what you mean on this one. And I think a lot of audience misunderstood this because when girls say you have to show your emotions, she's not telling you to behave emotionally like a girl.
Yeah.
But at least display half of it, maybe 1/3 of what a girl is displaying. And it doesn't always have to be a girl. You have to show strong emotions as well.
Because we are humans.
Don't talk like a computer. If you talk like a computer, what's the point of her dating you over ChatGPT?
Oh, Just a bomb drop, you know?
Yeah, and I have the right to say that because that's how I used to behave, and that's when I was single.
No, I agree with you. Like, even like, I just couldn't, like, I had this one guy and he was like, like talking like a robot. I was like, bro, like, show a little emotions. Like, let your tear out or something, you know? Like, really show. I'm not saying go out and like show everyone your emotions. You can be like, because it's your person, it's your rest of your life person, you can like really express yourself and it's okay, you know? But yeah, I agree.
How can couples balance screen time with quality face-to-face interaction? Oh, and you actually mentioned this earlier, so can you give more about that?
Yeah, like I feel like text messages should be kind of like, oh, can you go to the grocery store, like get this. I don't feel like you should really like, you know, like have that like relationship through text messages, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like yes, like for example, if you guys don't live together or, you know, in person, it's okay to text message, but I kind of give advice like to stay away, call, FaceTime. I would suggest like, you know what, like using the platform to find things to do in person. For example, like go for a cooking class with your, you know, like find it online, be like, oh, cooking class, like it'll be fun. Yeah, you might, if you don't like something like this, but just go do it, have fun, you know? It's like, see like other things around the town, around the world, what you can do, and really put that 80% of in person than through text message. Anyways, I'm going off, but all I would say is use the text message to kind of ask what you need, you know, like, oh, I need this.
For minor questions.
Yeah, exactly. Like
small stuff.
It shouldn't be like a long conversations and stuff like that, you know, unless it's long distance. That's a bit different. But I feel like long distance should be used with FaceTime.
Yeah,
to
when
see
it comes
emotions.
when it comes to long distance, FaceTime is mandatory.
Yeah.
And I know that from personal experience because my relationship was not only for long distance but very long distance. It was over the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife was in Europe while I was, well, I still am in Canada.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like, when I was talking with this guy, and it's like, I'm very clingy, honestly. Like, I like to be around a person 24/7. I know people need their spaces, but I feel that connection more when I'm with that person and I get to build the relationship. We get to grow, right? So it's like through text message, like, I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah. So what do we have? What role do online dating apps play in shaping modern romance? So what do you think about the dating apps?
I feel like dating apps are kind of crap right now. Am I allowed to swear on this podcast?
A bit.
Shit. It's shit. I'll be dead honest. Like, I feel like you get on the online dating app now and it's like, let's meet up one time, like thing, you know? It's so stupid. Like, I feel like it's all dating apps like this. Don't you think that way? Like,
Well, I don't think it's all dating apps. There's one dating app that I think is pretty well. It's called Badoo. I have to say that
Oh,
because
yeah,
that's where I
yeah.
met my wife.
oh, wow.
But what I know what you're talking about as well. Tinder.
Tinder
That's
is,
bad.
it's horrible. Like, it's like creeps on there. I swear. Like, I'm not judging anyone, whoever uses Tinder, you know, you do you, but like, you know, like we have our Ukrainian Telegram thing, Davinchik.
Yeah.
It's like, that's how I met my boyfriend. But we actually didn't like text each other. He just like saw me, but we met in real life. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Nice.
it's like I've seen him on it. He's seen me on it. He's like, nah, this girl's too much. And I'm like, no, this guy's too much. But then we met in person, which is crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I just don't like Tinder, like dating online apps. I feel like meet through friends. It's so much more fun. Like, I'm telling you, I was in a group of people and it's so much more fun to meet through people.
Yeah, I have to say something else about Tinder. When it comes to apps like Tinder, they don't want you to be in a relationship because then you will leave them.
Yeah.
And so if you're in a relationship, you're gonna not need Tinder anymore. They want you to continue using their app more and more.
Oh, I didn't think about that. So it's their tactic, kind of like maybe they purposely get people like this on it.
Well, that's what it feels like. A lot of
I do, yeah.
a lot of gentlemen told me that Tinder is not exactly for dating; it's for, let's just say, sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like I just say like go out, like go out to your parties, like meet people. Like don't be scared to come up to them. Like you never know, what if it's your love of your life? Or what if it's going to be like your good friend and stuff like that? Just go up to people, meet people. You'll never know who you'll meet.
No, I just, again, Tinder got into my head and I can't stop talking about it because did anybody actually meet their love of their life on Tinder? I just
Good
hope that
question.
Tinder doesn't get angry at me.
I know. Like I don't know. Like honestly, I feel like I'm not gonna lie. I was on it, and it's just like a crap. Like it's bunch of crap. I don't know. Like Tinder, I feel like, I'll tell you this about dating apps. Dating apps, when you're on it behind the screen, you're not scared of anything, right? You can say like a bunch of like stuff on it, right? But when you actually meet the person in person, they're gonna be like, "Hi, yeah." So like that's what you want to see, right? It's like, I don't know. I guess you.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna get off Tinder for now because I don't want them to sue me for defamation or something like that.
Yeah. No Tinder, we're not coming for you.
So question number 5, how can couples prevent technology from becoming a distraction in their relationship? Because it actually does happen a lot. A lot of people pay more attention to technology than their actual relationship.
I can agree because right now, technology did bring us a lot of businesses, online stuff, and a lot of like where you get to actually focus right through technology. And I feel like, yeah, you can get distracted, like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you get so distracted. But I feel like just really like taking your time with, it's actually a really hard question, honestly. Like technology can really, like I'll give you an example. For example, my boyfriend, he's a dispatcher. He has to be 24/7 technology all the time. And it's like, just taking off time, like saying, hey, I'll put my phone away. Instagram can wait for me or whatever, or work can wait for me. And just going for walks, just starting off with walks, going for walks, talking about, things that you wouldn't know about your person. I feel like walking around park really helps. Like, and then just building that relationship and be like, hey, you know what? I've noticed that you like to, I don't know, like to art, do drawings or something like that. Let's take a class. Let's go for this. And especially right now, like, I feel like Toronto or anywhere, wherever you are, has so much opportunity for events. So like just going out, like if you're starting relationship, right? Obviously, if you're in relationship for many years, just put that phone away. Just go out, have a breather, like walking and stuff like that. Really, biking, like something really small, but it builds so much to the relationship. So much, I'm telling you.
I like the part where you mentioned that your boyfriend is for technology, but he gets off Twitter, gets off Instagram,
Yes.
you mentioned. And I actually remember a recommendation from a certain book called Facebook Ads. And in there, the author writes how he never goes on Instagram. And I'm starting to wonder, it's like, dude, you're doing Facebook ads. How do you never go on Facebook or Instagram? And he actually mentions that in order for his business, he uses the Business Suit app, which is exactly for that purpose, for
Wow.
businesses, but not to watch anything, to get away from all that addiction that certain people have.
Listen, that can get really distracted. Like Instagram, TikTok is the worst. I love TikTok. I'll be on TikTok for 3 hours and the TikTok's telling me 10 minutes like break. I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, I really like that you have these like facts. Like I really appreciate, because I mean, honestly, like it's tough right now in this world with the phones,
Yeah, technology does have its. Technology is super beneficial, but it does have its negative sides because
Yeah.
when people start to become too reliant on technology, that
I feel people have to power off. You know, they're like robots. They just gotta power off and like really just take your time with half of yours. Go for a walk. Like that's what I say. Start with a walk, then bike. Like just build weight. Like and you'll see how enjoyable when you spend time without technology. It's gonna be really fun. So yeah.
yes.
Thank you, Paul, for having me today. I hope that your audience can really improve, get their confidence out there and not anxious. Just be yourself. Kind of like you'll never know.
Well, it was nice to see you. Valentina.
Yeah,
Sorry,
nice
I'm
to
just a bit.
All good.
I'm a bit dizzy. I mentioned that earlier.
All good, man. It's all good.
Nice.
Yeah.